All right, in this video, we're going to work with our point file. So you can even turn off the polygons and lines. And this is the same, this is a point shape file, but let's rename this one. So if you just click on it, so you get this view here. We're going to call it points by tag. And that way, we're going to try to colorize these by the tag color, if you remember what we did in StraboSpot. And so just to remind you, we have these colors. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but we're going to colorize the points. So I'm going to move this to my other screen so I can look at it, but you can refer to it as you need to. So what we're going to do is we're going to do unique values. So that would mean that each one is going to be colored by a different, by the unit. So now, if we right-click on the file and we look at the attribute table, just remind ourselves what attribute is going to give us the color. And so if we look to the right, over here it's called the RU unit LA. Those are all of our tags. So you want to color by that, or you could do by RU name, but either way. So let's change the field and look down there for the RU unit LA. We've got them all in there. Okay, so now if we look here, we want to format all the symbols. Let's just take a second. Let's make them all this black symbol. Now we go back. Now we just have to right click on each one and we can pick the color. So if we refer to our table, so this YXM is gray, YA is a red. Okay, so those are all the ones that I have here in the north, and you would have more, but you could set them up this way. And so already you can see by their colors, it's going to help us when we do our mapping. Okay, let's add the point shape file again. So I click on Add Data and just navigate back to my folder and click on Points. So they appear again. So let's rename these guys as strike and dips. So there's no, it's the same data. We're just going to symbolize it differently. So you can see these guys are sitting right inside of our other symbols. Now what we're going to need to do is go to this web page, and I'll add this as a link that's accessible. We're going to download this file because it has the Geology symbology. See Geology 24 EN style X. And now when I click over here on the symbology, I click on Manage Styles. I'm going to add style. So I'll just go, if you remember, those guys were in my downloads. And I've downloaded twice, that's why it's there, so I'm going to add it. Yes, so we want to upgrade it. Now let's go back to the symbol. And good news, because we have our geology symbology. And so now we just need to find the right symbol, which is, there's so many choices, but we just want inclined bedding showing strike and direction of dip. So if we click that, and if you look, they're all there. Properties, can we make it a little bit bigger? Let's make these 50. Don't forget to push apply at the bottom. So they're bigger. All right, then next thing we're going to want to do is label them with the dip magnitude. So if you right click table of contents and you can say label, and you'll see they're labeled with my spot name, which is useful. But if we go to labeling properties, we can close this symbology panel. And you see right now the label expression here is it's pulling feature spot name. So let's just delete this. And if I go down here, I want to use the PO dip. So let's just double click on that. Okay, and apply. And so you see there's some here, 74, 84. Those are the ones for which I have actual dips. the ones with zeros are ones where it was a point that doesn't have a dip, which is some other kind of spot. And we'll delete those later, but right now, let's not worry about them. So now if we go back to symbol properties, I want to see where I did that. So that was vary symbology by attribute. We're going to do rotation, and we want to pull from the strike field. So if you click here, PO strike, and then realize that we use this geographic definition, and this is basically assuming that everything was measured as right-hand rule. And you don't have to push apply for this, but what you can see is for those, again, that have a strike measurement, they did rotate. And we know some of the strikes are close to north in here, so that's why it doesn't look like it. Some of them rotate very much, but here's a little fault that I measured, and it's correctly oriented. So I know this worked. And as I said before, once we get done with a lot of our other work, we'll delete those points that don't have strike and dips.